Hello. We're looking at 3 ways of using must. First of all, to tell yourself something, and then secondly, to help someone else, someone different from yourself, and finally, to give formal instructions of some kind. Hope you find it useful. So, we're looking at 3 ways of using must, and here's the first one. I'll just write to myself at the top here. Then I'll do a little drawing just to show the point to myself. There's the arrow back to me. And here's the first picture to illustrate. He's looking at a broken window. And what's he saying? He's saying, I must get that window mended. I must get that window mended. He's being quite direct, using must, because he can afford to be direct. He's speaking to himself. Here are 2 more sentences. I must try to look my best. I'm going to an interview. I need to look my best. And again, I'm being direct. I'm telling myself what I must do. And here's one more example. I must return your book. I must return your book. Again, it's something I can afford to be direct because I'm telling myself to do something. Now let's move on to the next section, which is about helping people. I'll just write up the top here, to help someone, and then I'm going to go on to draw a little picture here just to give the idea. Here's a picture of me, that's my head, and I'm saying you must, and I'll just put a little heart in there to show how well-intentioned I am because I want to help someone. And here's a picture to tell the story. There's somebody with a sore finger and his friend looking quite concerned. He's saying something to him. He's going to say, you must see a doctor with that. You must see a doctor with that bad finger of yours. He uses must and is direct because he wants to help. Let's have a couple more examples of that. Here's another one. You must see this movie. You must see this movie. It's something I really want you to do, and I'm being direct because I know you'll like it. Here's another one. You must visit Venice at least once before you die. All right, that's all for that section. Now let's move on to the last one. This one is about formal instructions, so I'll just write formal instructions there. Formal instructions. Then underneath I'll just draw a little picture to give my idea of it. There's me and the raised finger saying it must be. And here's a picture to illustrate what we're talking about. Typical illustration that you will see on every building site in the country. Hard hats must be worn on site. And here are a couple more examples of that. Here's another one. Candidates must have at least 5 years experience. Candidates must have at least 5 years experience. There's no argument. And here's another one. Application must be made in writing. Must be made in writing. So those are all formal instructions. Now we've looked at 3 different ways of using must. They all share one thing. They're all very direct. The first one, when you speak to yourself, I must do this, I must do that, it's fine to be direct. When you're trying to help someone else, it's fine to be direct. And if you're giving formal instructions, like a legal thing or an instruction in writing, then it's fine to be direct. But we don't always want to be direct. And there is a second video on obligation, which you might like to look at, which deals with more indirect forms using have to, should, could, and other ways. All right, that's all. Bye for now.